Hey, how's everyone? Welcome to Vlog Time. All this while doing some game dev tycoon because it's a fun game. I mean, there hasn't been much going on through the week. The vlog is late, of course, mostly because I didn't want to shove in what's the name? The end of I didn't want to shove in the end of Mark of the Ninja. Basically, oh, new research casual games. I didn't want to shove in the end of Mark of the Ninja because that last level wasn't that big. It wasn't that huge, and basically that would have been a. I would have felt a bit douchey just to shove it in at the last moment and say, okay, well, I'm shoving it in tomorrow. Why? I don't know, but let's put a vlog instead. So at least that's done with. I still like Mark of the Ninja. I like what they tried to do. Actually, I like what they did, and especially that weird, fucked up experience in the end. I want to see more of that. But oh well, it's too bad they felt that it just was. I don't know. It struck a bit more, seeing that it only happened once or twice, and I can kind of see why they did it. So oh well, it goes with that. But I would still kind of wish that, um, I don't know. I would still kind of wish to have that kind of experience or graphic, uh, this kind of graphic concert to be like more often, if you know what I mean. It's kind of weird to say, but it looked really cool, and I would have wished to have more of that kind of experience. But then again, hey, they've done it well, right? So, oh, that's right, I got a version 2. So aside from that, I don't have much on my plate. I mean, so far, the next game I think I already said was Dust and Elysian Tale, or unless I just spoiled it now, but I'm pretty sure I said it. So okay, Dust and Elysian Tale. I'm going through it right now, doing a lot of side questing on, on the side, not recording those, but I do have extra plans. Meaning, dialogue or AI for a dancing game and a simulation? Actually, yeah, that would fit a bit more. But yeah, I do have extra plans. Like, there's certain pieces I'll cut out and add in, let's say, a bonus slash extra episode, similar to what I'm planning to do with Mark of the Ninja in a month or so. But yeah, definitely hoping to get a lot going. World design, maybe. Basically hoping to have a lot going and basically hoping to finish this game within 2 weeks. Because it's still the month of the ninja. Maybe even sooner if I can. But yeah, if it feels like I'm spamming you guys with videos, sorry. The whole month of the ninja is a personal challenge, and I'm hoping to get these done in time. But I really like those games. It's a lot of fun, especially Mark of the Ninja and Dust and Elysian Tale. I wasn't expecting to have this much fun with it. Even though character designs, I think I'm gonna go and say that over and over and over. But yeah, that's a lot of fun on this side. If you want to see what I've done on this side, well, drawing wise, I've finished. I'm officially done with the whole Killer Instinct parodies. I've done the entire cast. So I think the last drawing I did was this guy, Gargos. Let me just shove him in the picture. Gargos, CEO of Ultratech, using a different style, much more painterly. But yeah, aside from that, I haven't heard as many reaction as before. So that's the funny thing. Killer Instinct fans are not angry, are not too angry when you make fun of this new release. Compared to Street Fighter fans who are completely angry at what I did about Captain Sawada being the final character for Street Fighter 4. Wow. 10 out of 10. Yo, that's Captain Sawada right there. Am I gonna get another 10? 9. Fuck you, all games. Fuck you. I'm gonna do a full finish. That's it. I quit. Video over. Funny enough, I thought I've seen slash crossed Phil Fish in the street, and I was about to tell. I wasn't sure if it was him, but I was about to tell him to get back on the saddle and do what he loves, instead of listening to hateful comments. Yet I wasn't even sure it was him. It looked like him, but I couldn't be sure. I just couldn't be sure. And talking about attempting to do indie games, basically I'm building up a portfolio, but I'm making like fake gameplay type of elements, UI, and assets. So I've worked on this kind of interface UI bar for an extra stage game. I'm still placing things together so you can see like missing graphics, not enough accentuation there, and I'm still gotta add the mana bar, see how I can pull it graphically. But I'm taking a lot of inspiration from Blast Blue and some of its UI, which is really well done. Now, this game is really inspiring. Game Dev Tycoon, just to push you into, just some trying to do some graphics, trying to do mock-up indie games, and e- how much would I have to pay? But yeah, it's very inspiring, and at this point, since I really like animation, those indie games that I've played are really, really inspiring. So I want to try to do this kind of mock-up thing and see how it goes. Use it as a portfolio and trying to get the fuck out of game testing, because frankly, it's not the job you want to stay into for too long. I should make a vlog about how the industry changed and how, things aren't what it used to be. But then again, eventually, all that in due time, time and space, I guess. Oh well. Aside from that, wait, can I do staff list? Nope. I want to do a report. Ooh. So rhythm games are my best so far. I like that. But I can't seem to, just create a report. Now, oh, I do have monthly costs, so this is the fun part about this game. It's just the managing and seeing how your potential ideas are getting there. It really gives you this illusion of being a game dev and how things kind of work in that sense. Let's see. I can now train people. Good. Now I can make a report? No? Oh, it's because my game's not off the shelf. Okay, well, at this point, might as well make a new game. So, yeah, it's quite inspiring, and at this point, I'll just try to work my way to that point, to making UIs, making mock-ups, making small animations, just more and more. And this is where time gets to be a crutch, or time gets to be difficult, very, very difficult to manage. Because now there's the whole let's play thing, but at the same time, there is there's just okay, let's play. I gotta do drawing vlogs, gotta do actual vlogs, gotta do other channel vlogs. It's trying to just balance it all. Um, Ninja Terry. Terry? Let's try Ninja Terry. But yeah, trying to balance it all. It gets to be really hard. And eventually I'm gonna have to do a choice. Choice of what to do and how to do specific things. Ooh, I can research marketing, but not enough points. Damn. Marketing really useful. You gotta get that. Something I should learn to do, how to market myself. Because seriously, to be an artist, you really gotta market yourself. To be anything when it comes to art, even a writer, you have to market yourself. It is very, very useful. Might as well generate a game report out of that. So that's one thing. That's another thing to learn. Learning how to market yourself, learning new techniques. Like right now, my friend Pat, with his girlfriend, bought me a series of tutorial for Photoshop CS6 and Illustrator. And even though I know most of the basics of Photoshop and Illustrator, I'm still taking that course because you never know what you can learn from these. Um, Hell, there's a couple of tools, like even from the starting phases, like, oh, rasterizing versus vectorizing. Holy shit. So if I rasterize a vector graphic, I'm gonna fuck it up completely. So um, it's kind of funny, a couple of things to learn about that. So it's interesting. I'm relearning a lot of things, and I feel like throughout the years, I remember a time where I took a lot of tutorials way before, and a lot of shit I just never stuck to me. Like a lot of good video tutorial things I hired or purchased slash ordered from Gnomon Video that I never really got. And now that I look at them right now, in this year, maybe 5 to 8 years later, it's like, huh, I can see how this works. I really see how this works. So it's quite fascinating, and it's gonna push me to watch a lot more video tutorials as time goes, along with listening to artist feedback in videos or listening to artist experiences. That's another. Oh, what the hell? We should patch it. Okay, if you want to patch the game, click on the character and use the action menu. I've never had this issue before, so this is a first. Yo, no, patch that shit. 20K, that's nothing. Patch it for the fans. The fans are gonna be angry if I don't patch it. And that's right while I'm doing a completing another game. So it's kind of nuts. But yeah, just relearning these techniques and trying to, just trying to learn more out of what I've learned currently that I couldn't learn in the past because I haven't had enough experience. So maybe I should go back to all these storytelling tutorials, learn a bit about lighting. After getting that the mileage or an extra sense of mileage when it comes to video, or when it comes to, oh boy, this game is gonna suck, when it comes to, let's say, getting that mileage when it comes to drawing, and then going back and possibly understanding what I haven't understood before. That's great. It's kind of like video games in a sense. The more you play certain games, sometimes you'll go back to previous games and you'll understand certain mechanics, or you'll be able to break certain mechanics even better or even easier. So it's a lot of fun to realize, and it seems to be the flow of things. So I'm really down towards just getting that flow of life a bit more. Oh, I love the company. They just don't milk their customer for more money, but also understand the concern and make sure. Ah, yeah, that's right. So patching a game just got the fans to be like not angry. I hope a certain company which released a certain superhero game understand that concept. But oh man, it's kind of funny. It's kind of horrible. I shouldn't just talk shit about them. But you guys know which company I'm talking about. It's been a recent news, and yeah, let's just see what went wrong with this. It's a recent news, and yeah, it. I don't know. It's kind of disheartening to hear a developer just saying, "Oh, well, we want to focus more on DLC. We're not going to." Level design's quite important for this. Oh, it's because of the tests. God damn you, tests. But yeah, hearing a company just focus more on DLC instead of just fixing their bugs is, I don't know, it's disappointing. I don't want to say too much on that, but hey, you gotta watch out sometimes. What else? Around this week, I think I showed you guys Captain Canada. It's a recent commission. A friend of mine, local Montrealer, had a big parody, and basically her whole thing was making this parody of Captain America, but for Canada. So, you had Captain Canada just standing there with the Canadian shield, and Captain America in the background, just going, "Yeah, I'm not in this picture, aren't I?" Uh. And also, a friend of mine donated for my Cintiq, or the Cintiq funds that I was amassing, or still am amassing. So, took made a quick sketch of his son who had a mohawk, and eventually I just said, "Fuck it, I might as well color it." The donation was really gracious, and I'm like very thankful for it. So at this point, made this quick portrait of his kid who had a mohawk back then. I do not know if he still does, but more practice and just being thankful for those donations. That is really chill, and he's a great friend of mine. The guy actually taught me a lot about PC in 2 months. Okay, about PC customization and PC building. So it is quite cool, and gotta give him some props. What the hell? Why can't I make a new game? Ah, there we go. So yeah, that's it for what's been happening throughout the week. I mean, there hasn't been much more, and frankly, right now it's just trying to get things done, and just how how do I say this? It's trying to get things done, it's trying to get things scheduled, but also chilling. Chilling is a big thing that I need to do. This week's been a bit hectic work-wise. I'm really feeling the crunch at work. Also, the fact that I'm not doing what I want to do really sucks. So I gotta find ways to work my way to where I want to be, which is obviously very difficult. I mean, the game industry is becoming a bit more restrained. I mean, they're gonna allow more seniors and less juniors. So where do I start my chance? I'm just gonna call it story time. I want to call it adventure time, but bah. So basically, if you're a junior and you, I'm also do that. If you're a junior and you want some experience, then there's a lot of places that are gonna try to abuse of you and basically give you, um, they're gonna give you jobs, but they're not going to, let's say, they're not going to give you compensation. They're mostly going to tell you to do this job for free, and then you'll get revenues from how the game fares or after the game sells. So this could kind of work if you live in your mother's basement. No, no. If you live with your parents, this can kind of work. Kinda. And this is saying it lightly because oftentimes these guys will not really pay you after. They'll still find ways not to pay you. And that's a shit moment because basically you are waiting to get payment. You may be starving if you're not living with someone else, or you may be behind the rent if you're, living on your own. And these fuckers are just messing up with your they're just messing up with your funds, with your life. So at this point, it's a real pain in the ass, and that's not a real way to get into the game industry. I mean, it does give you that small amount of experience, which devs or big companies are always looking for, yet at the same time, you're going to be living off cheese and cracker, and you don't even know if you're going to get that revenue afterward. A friend of mine finished 3D animation classes, went for this indie company, I'd say quote unquote. I still think they're fuckers. So she went with this indie company, and they kept promising to give compensation for her work, but they never did. And luckily, she was, she was living with her parents, but that's still a sting. You put all your passion and efforts into this shit, and you're not getting compensation, and you're basically not living at the full potential that you can. And that's a disgusting shit about startup companies that are trying to take advantage out of you. It sucks. It really does. Um, and frankly, whoa, that would cost a lot. But I do like the reports. Now, it really sucks because frankly, you want to give a lot of effort. You want to be involved in this. Yet people are going to take advantage of you. Maybe they don't really understand, or maybe they do, and they just want to take advantage of you. Who knows? Could be worse. There's certain companies that did find government loophole just to get their shit, just to get their shit done. So government loophole, seeing that, or saying that, biggest example would be you you want to, how can I say that? You want to work at my company, and basically I hire you, the government considers it as a trainee, so I get revenues out of trainee bonuses, because I'm training you, so the government's giving me a certain amount of cash, but next year, instead of giving you a raise, I tell you, well, you'll stay at this salary, yet if you want to go, you can go. Okay, well, average person might say, fuck you, I'm gone. Now another person comes in, that person still counts as a new trainee or as a training sequence. So I'm going to get government money for that person as well. Like a couple of disgusting government loopholes that you can pull off, and certain companies are pulling off. And I find that fucking trash. But, that's certain aspects of the industry that you have to watch out for. Seriously, you've got to watch yourself at times. So, no, I'd be repeating the same game. Kind of want to do a research here. Casual games, target audience. That would be interesting. It's all about game design here. Of course, I am losing a lot of cash by not doing jobs. I could hire someone. Anyway, all this management is very nuts to do. I could do a showreel. I could get a designer. Let's look for a game demo. Put some cash in there. Get somebody that's good for demos. But yeah, the industry is a really complex thing. It's not like it used to be. You won't get the David Jaffes that we used to have coming out of QA and such. Now there is a lot of formally quote unquote trained people that think a certain way, and double that up with one interesting thing that we've kind of learned recently when it came to QA is that a lot of what? Huh, that's quite cool. Um, like a lot of formally trained people, and yeah, we've learned recently that a lot of game devs and designers haven't been trained to look at the database or a bug database, so they don't really know how to manage that or communicate with testers, which really, really sucks. The amount of suck that is beyond what you'd expect. It's too bad. It's really too bad. But I guess I guess we live and learn. It's hard to say, but anyway, there's a couple of things about the industry that just suck right now, including the way some corporate heads, meaning investors, are going to force. Ooh, I'm famous. Are going to force their ideas upon the designers and developers, and frankly, fuck them. They don't need to pull that shit off. They don't even know shit about game design or game development. But you will often have these situations where these money heads are gonna just step in. So it's quite annoying. it's quite annoying. But thank God there are indie games or indie game developers that are just in there doing their own thing and doing what they love. They're not trying to cater to specific venues. They're not trying to listen to corporate heads. I keep calling them corporate heads, but this is where we're at. They're not, they're straight up not trying to listen to all of this shit. They're just doing it because they love. They do games that they love. And at that point, it just feels great, you know? Of course, they won't get the entire revenue. Let's see. They won't get the entire revenue they could get. That's for sure. I mean, oh wow, I don't even have 3D. Because frankly, you would get a lot of revenue if you go by, let's say, if you have investors behind you, then you already have funds to pay for your stuff. But if you go indie, then a lot of it has to do with getting or earning revenues after the sales. So you're basically working from your backyard and you will do contract works. A bit like this, we don't have backup. So we are not getting revenues before we launch a game. As you can see, the only revenues we would get is after selling a game, and if that continues while we're doing another game. But it's a whole other field or sequence, and it's quite interesting to learn how it all works out. Okay, I'm running around a bush, and you can see that, I'm getting a bit tired. So I am hoping that you guys, you know, liked what happened during this week. Next week is going to be Dust and Elysian Tale. I'll try to put maybe some spin-off videos during the weekend, or maybe I'll just start it out. Again, Kung Fu Strike, fucking love it. Great, great system and mechanics. Mitsurugi Hikae is another cool game I'll keep playing from time to time. And the same goes when it comes to what's the name? One Finger Death. Oh, jeez. One Finger Death Punch. Oh man. Let's see. Somebody made a fan game using a lot of material. Let him be. I'm not Square Enix. I want somebody to make another Chrono Trigger. Woo! I need to make a parody of Square Enix due to their recent bullshit when it came to T4 and the firing of most developers there at Eidos Montreal. The main point of that joke is gonna be, yo, if it's lightning, everything is okay. But if it's something else and they fuck up, yo, we gotta pull this shit down. So, anyway, that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'll get back into that train. Since I'm done with the whole Killer Instinct thing, I can go into, other projects. Personal projects, that is. We'll see what goes. In the meantime, again, thank you for the comments, the shares, and the likes. Remember, I am still watching your comments. I am capping the comment sketches soon. Mostly because it's mostly the same people that are saying the same comments. Well, not the same comment. It's mostly the same people adding the comments. And it's like, well, these guys are getting a surefire way to having a kooky sketch based on their name. I mean, let's see if I still have the previous ones on my hard drive. There you go. We've got Shrimp Mania. I think I showed this before. We got Shrimp Mania right there, full of shrimps. I might use a different style for this sketch. We've got Mirage Knight, sketches like that, but I'll be using a different style. Maybe I'll go with inks this time around. Everything for practice. And main developer of, legal department advised to stop. Is he just being a chill person? Hey, we've gained 185 fans. You gotta be a cool guy sometimes, or else if you're gonna be a douche, then fuck you. I'm not joking. If you're gonna be a douche company like Square, and instead of hiring those fan projects or just letting them do it, then people are gonna hate you. And this is the current hate a lot of people have with Square Enix. They're being douchebags. I'll say it straight up. I hate Square Enix for what they're doing right now. They they suck. They really do. Lightning Returns, seriously, we didn't need three of those. I also wanted to make a video about analyzing the whole Final Fantasy 13 world. The world, not the game, the world. Because after reading up on it, after seeing videos and getting more information, I strongly believe it could have been a terrific world if it was better explained and shit worked well at the Square Enix marketing and department. But seeing that they fucked it up, it just didn't work the way it was supposed to. Yeah, that's gonna be a video for another time, and that's gonna take a while. I really want to try to get a formal analysis on this, or just something that's a bit more coherent in this vlog that's going everywhere right now. I really wish I had recorded this footage so I could just easily talk over it. But yeah, Square Enix, really, you guys have fell. I'll give Final Fantasy 15 a chance if it ever comes out. And the same for Kingdom Hearts 3, because that team is still sticking to their guns. And what is really too bad is that they have to make a game based on certain license before they lose it. So they're hashing out certain titles that they shouldn't, or shouldn't really do. They're expanding a story that should have been cut and dry. But because of this whole license bullshit, they just have to chug it out. And it's gonna hurt them directly. It's gonna hurt them personally. But what else can you do? Every fucking time they're working on or that specific team with Nomura, every time they're working on something, Square's like, yo, come and help us with Final Fantasy 13. And they're working on a better fucking product than that shit. But every fucking time they need to go back and help these idiots out with that shitty product, that train wreck, that polished turd. And instead of being able to work on their own project, then they have to hash out small little shit to keep their license. It sucks. Like, that's one big problem with the industry right now. Licenses. Who still has that fucking license for Battletoad? I think it's EA. And guess what? They're sitting on it. They're just waiting for somebody to buy it back from them, so that they can sell it for mass money. Fuck these assholes. Just do a fucking Battletoad game and don't... Okay, wait, no. Give the license to someone that's competent. Just give that license. Because knowing EA, they might tell you, oh, you've lost all your lives. You can wait 2 hours or 2 days or pay us $10 to get a new set of lives. Shitbags. Oh, the rage just... That long-term rage is just bringing it back. That long-term rage just pops up in these moments. Or with QuickTime events. You know, if you go see the Tomb Raider footage back at the Angry Mandy channel. Anyway, guys, I will see you later. But in the meantime, thank you for all the support. Sorry for this really random vlog, but, you know, I'm just trying to say a lot of things while trying to play these games at the same time. And that's my fault. I should be a bit more organized. Organization. The key to multiple things. But yeah. So, thank you a lot, and yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks again for the comments, too. Really appreciate it. The support is great. And don't forget, there's the ROM HQ on Facebook. I've placed the page multiple times before, but maybe I'll have to place it in video description. I'll have to place it there. But yes, the ROM HQ for up-to-date news on what's happening with me and projects and certain video releases on both channels. So I'll try to set it up there whenever I can. But you can try to check it out. Leave your comments there if you want, even on Twitter. Street Skates is doing a lot of cool stuff on Twitter, so it's down to keep up to date with him too as well. So again, thank you, and man, I am running out of cash. I'll see you all later. Later.